I think the Worship Leader Institute is really, really important because we put so much emphasis on training our preachers, getting them prepared for the pulpit and delivering the word. And we don't give enough emphasis, in my opinion, to training worship leaders. And they direct our worship from start to finish. They tie it all together. We're just not song leaders, song starters. We should be worship leaders, and I think this particular institute really gives us the tools that we need to put it all together to make a worship experience for congregations.
I have a good voice, and I have a lot of people who tell me, "Oh, you do a great job song leading." But that's all it was. It was leading songs. And I found out that there's so much more to worship and making a worship so much more meaningful. And I guess it's something I needed in my life too. And so I want to thank Keith and the Institute for showing me that there's more that I can continue to grow, even at my age and after leading singing for 40 years.
If there are any congregations out there who have multiple worship leaders, I'd send them all at the same time, because we have, our elders were gracious enough to send 3 of us from Fort Collins here this week. And I feel like we're going back not with just several song leaders like we had before. We're going back with a team of worship leaders who can really change the way things are done and bring, like I said, bring us all closer to God, bring the congregation closer to each other, and I'm excited about that.
Anybody who wants to come or thinks that they're missing something in their song leading or their worship, they just need to seriously come and be a part of this.
I'm just so grateful for the skills that I've learned. I just think I'm going to be able to take so many valuable tools that I had no idea existed that could be brought into worship and help lead my congregation.
This is more than a song leading school. It's a Worship Leader Institute, and I think that's important because it's not only teaching us how to lead songs, but go back and work with our congregations, dealing with the planning of the entire assembly, how to go back and encourage people, how to be better readers of Scripture, to pray with passion.
Now that I've been through the Worship Leader Institute, it has become so much more than I thought it would be. We've had instruction that is priceless, without measure. It has meant more to me than I thought it would. You can't put a dollar figure on what I'm going to take back to my congregation in Fort Collins.
The Worship Leader Institute has been one of the most intense and emotionally and spiritually challenging things that I've ever been a part of. Any congregation that looks at their worship service and just thinks, man, there's got to be something more out there, something better out there. This program will really accentuate that and draw that out and make that possible for them.
The best part about it is that I came here and I'm different than I was when I came.
But what it has done for me is to help me appreciate that when I stand in front of my brethren, it is far more than just leading songs. It is planning the whole mood of the worship experience so that through the combination of the songs and the prayers and the scripture readings, we can really glorify God together.
There's a big difference between somebody who can choose songs and start them, and then somebody who can take those songs and craft a worship and lead a worship. This week has been amazing, the amount of tools that they've given us to be able to, and challenge us to try to lift our worship to a new level and to be able to lead people into the throne room of God. That's an amazing responsibility that we've been given or asked to do. And so, I feel like we've been given just a whole host of tools to be able to do that.
And now I have this confidence that I'm taking back with me to my congregation, to wherever I lead worship.